Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Excuse me one moment. I'm just fine-tuning a few things. You know what I'm like. It's about 10 minutes to 1 UK time, 20th of December. Is it some winter solstice today, or is that tomorrow? Shortest day of the year, I think, today. Then, starting tomorrow, the days start to get longer. Summer's on the way. Woohoo! But more importantly than that, today we have got Sheffield United on the way at Bramall Lane. So we're going to have a little chat about that, see what we think. I've got a few ideas about what might happen in the team today. So let's just have a little bit of a catch up and see if we can find anyone on there and see if we've got any comments. The usual thing we do first, of course, is to have a look. Oh Jesus, I don't know what's going on there. It's all wiggling around a little bit. So I hope we've got it. Just comment if you're there, guys, and we'll come and talk to you, of course. It just takes me a few minutes to find the comments every time I come on. You think it would get a bit easier, wouldn't you? But it never does. This is, this is Facebook we're talking about. We've been on for 1 minute and 19 seconds. I can't even see who's on. So it's telling me there's no comments yet, but we're going to see. We've got a little bit of a jittery mouse, which is never a good sign on this thing. It really is poor, isn't it? It honestly is. Although it's such a good medium to do these blogs on, it just really is poor performing. Sometimes it's great and we enjoy it and we love it, and other times just nothing happens, like now. And I can't seem to get anyone here. There's probably people on commenting, I have no idea, but I can't see you, so that isn't a good thing, is it? So let's just see if we've got anyone. Come on, guys, let's get you there. We've got Art Watson on in Cyprus. We're off and we're running. How you doing, Art? Matthew Butler's on. Are you Matt? How you doing, son? I hope everything's all right where you are today. Cyprus, I guess, is going to be pretty sunny today. We've got a nice one. I think we've got about 17 degrees at the moment, and it's fairly warm. It's all right, It's December, isn't it? So everything's good. How's everyone feeling about today's game? We're going to have a little look at what we think the lineup might be, a little look at the opposition. We did it all on Thursday as well, but we just have a look. We're at home. I'm not travelling to Sheffield, as you can see, and I'm pretty sure you guys aren't, because you're talking to me. So it won't be long until the team's announced, probably another 40 minutes or something. So we'll have a little see what happens. What it stopped doing recently, this thing, is it stopped telling me. Oh, it hasn't. We've got 3 viewers on and 2 comments. It has told me. I was about to moan about it again then, but I won't. What I have done is have a little change around in my electronics this morning. I just rerun the wires and blah blah blah. I'm not using the hard wire on this anymore. I'm back onto the Wi-Fi, simply because I should have a new laptop coming today or tomorrow or something. So I'll be doing a bit more then. Watson says 80 degrees, it's looking good for Christmas in Cyprus. And Paul James, you sound hello, Steve. Over here we have, I live in near a place called Lasenia. I actually do live in Lasenia, it's my postcode. So in Lasenia we have a fairly big bay, and there's a massive Christmas Day sort of barbecue and party on that beach every year. I think last year there were 21,000 people there. It is unbelievable. But apparently this year rain's forecast for Thursday. So if it rains, there ain't going to be no barbecues, that's for sure. And the whole Christmas Day thing is going to be looking a little bit sad for a lot of people in Lasenia. It's not something I do, to be honest with you. One of the biggest problems with it is there's no toilets there, I mean, 20,000 people, they all have to go upstairs to the little... there's like a little restaurant upstairs, and you have to go up there for a week. What will the team be selection? That's a leading question, Art. I obviously don't pick the team myself, but the 2 little things that I would think about, one I'm almost certain ain't going to happen, and that's because I do believe that Jack Robinson is can't play against Sheffield United because he's on loan from them. So I think we've had that. I think he's on loan. I can never remember with him. And the second one would be, I might give Kyogo a start today. You know, let's get the elephants in the room dealt with. I think everyone is talking about giving him a start. Some people are saying never start him again. There's a big sort of conflict of feeling about Kyogo. And the reason I'm saying it isn't because I do think he should start because he deserves a start. I mean, if any striker sort of didn't deserve a start, it's Kyogo. He misses more chances than anyone I've ever seen, honestly. I mean, he really does. We could have another 9 points in the bag. I'm not having a go at the kid, you know. I mean, he's obviously been very successful elsewhere, but he hasn't been able to finish for us. But if he's going to hit those goals or he's going to start to score for us, I think today would be as good a time as any, because this Sheffield United back four are really big. They lost the last game at West Brom. Now, the two centre-halves, Tanganga and McGuinness. McGuinness is a real giant. He plays on the right, and Tanganga plays on the left. Now, they're both right-footers as well. I think if we were to play Stansfield behind Kyogo today, I think we could really shake him up a little bit. I'm not saying he would play the 90 minutes, but if he comes on, if he starts with the energy that he comes on with, this could cause Sheffield a few problems, I think. Now, I've just got a funny feeling Chris Davis is going to try him today. Now, don't quote me on it, of course, but I just think he might. I don't think we're going to see much change anywhere else. I think it's going to be I would like to see Leonard and Doyle in the middle, but I can't see Chris Davis leaving Paik out in a game like this, because the one thing, if you have Doyle and Leonard, they're a little bit lightweight together, I think. Angus, how you doing, son? Hopefully we'll see you in the morning, Angus. But don't forget, guys, we've got our morning chat tomorrow. There'll be a few adverts in the group, giving you the number and everything. Come have a chat with us. We'll do a good crack on Sunday morning. Andy Wood is saying, afternoon, all Kyogo. It's short or bus time. We can't afford to offload him, so we need to play him into form. Thing is, like, okay then. All right, Paul James is telling me that Robinson's our player. Now, I'm 100% sure about that. So the other change I would make is I would put Neumann on the bench. I would play Clara on the right, and I would play Robinson on the left. Okay, Robinson's got a great throw. It's against his old team. He knows them. The threat is going to come down the right today, so I'll be much happier with Clara there, because Gus Hamer plays on the left. So, you know, Beadle isn't fit. He's got an ankle injury. I did see that ankle injury in that game against QPR. I did see him do it, you know. And I think it's going to be weeks for Beadle. So we may not see him play again if Brighton decide to take him home. I don't know. Now, the comment that was made there, interestingly, from Andy Wood, is about Kyogo. You know, we can't afford to offload him. I mean, it's not a case of affording to offload him. I mean, to offload someone, I don't like that statement anyway. I mean, that particular phrase, offloading a player. But if we were to want to get rid of him, the important thing that you need is to have someone that wants him. And if you think he's going to be on a decent contract. Now, I have no idea what it's going to be, but it's going to be, I don't think we paid that much money for him, but I think because of that, we will have put him on a good contract. He's got 3 years, he's 31. Now, you can say, right, well, you know, let him go further. The other thing you have to remember is the player has to want to go. So if he's got a really good contract at St Andrews, it's going to see him through till he's 34. If he don't want to go anywhere, he ain't got to go anywhere. So you can't just say, right, we'll get rid of him and we'll get him in and get him in. It don't work like that. It's a swinging door, you know, particularly for us at the moment. So I don't know. You can't play a player into form. You know, if it was as easy as that, we just play the reserves for 8 games on the trot and then win the European Cup, wouldn't they? You know, so you don't play a player into form. I mean, he's had his chances, he really has, and I mean that in 2 ways. He started the season for us playing, and he just missed chance after chance after chance after chance after chance, and he's not very good with the offside either. He's slow to get back. He's always caught offside. He scored 2 offside goals as well as the ones he's missed. So you have to at some point say that this person, it isn't working for him. But I think if we're going to give him a go, let's give him a go today. Let's put him up against 2 really big centre halves, a big defence, a big team. Let's give him a run round. Andy Wood, same back for Leonard Doyle. Oh, you can't have Leonard Doyle and Pike in midfield, mate. What you got there is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hang on a minute, who are you missing? We don't play that lineup, Andy. So we play 2 sitting in front of the back 4. So that'll be Doyle and Pike, and then you'd have. So you're dropping. Okay, so you're going to drop the number 10 basically. So Stansfield up top, and I'm guessing you're going to say, I don't know who will play for number 10 in that setup, Andy, because I don't think Leonard's a number 10, Doyle's not, and Pike's not, so I don't see anyone doing that with him. So that's the problem with that team, my opinion. We could play, I've said it before, the Christmas tree formation, which would be pretty good considering it's Christmas, which is 4-3-2-1. So we'd have the 4 with an inverting fullback. Can we get a replacement for Boodle if necessary? Well, we can. If he goes back to Brighton, we can bring someone in to replace him. Yeah, but we got Brad Mayo on the bench as well. Don't forget, he's had a bit of experience. Not a bad player, Brad, not a bad keeper. I think Allsop looked a bit shaky last week, and I think we need to just get this settled keeper again. He looked nervy to me. His kicking wasn't what it usually is, and of course with the goal he was a little bit. I'm not going to have a go at him for that, because I wouldn't have a go at Beadle for it. He saved a shot, and when that shot goes out, it goes out anywhere. You can't decide where it's going. Lee Harvey saying looking forward to the game today. How you doing, Lee? Been a long week. It has been a long bloody week, mate. It's been a long week in terms of what we do as well. The project's been absolutely mad this week with working with the other 7 groups. Emma's been an absolute star for us. She's an absolute golden girl, Emma, and her fella Reese have been brilliant, running around everywhere. My daughter Sarah, who's one of the trustee directors, has been involved as well. The party last Sunday was brilliant, and all this week has been dedicated to bringing loads of stuff in, getting all the toys, presents. We've been to children's hospitals, children's homes, individuals' homes. Mark Convey's just given us a load of stuff from MC Bargains. That's been collected, and food and clothing. It's just been a mad week, we got the kids in care Christmas party tomorrow, so it's been a really crazy week for us. And of course we have the CIC stuff running in the background, which I tend to deal with. So it's been a mad week, but it's been good, all excited of course by we've got the trainers, all excited by the trainers. We got them on today. It's a really funny thing, when you say I would start Kyogo. I mean, I don't know what goes through Chris Davis's head sometimes before a game. He must have so many things to balance and think about. You've got to look at the opposition when it's Sheffield United as well, and we've got to be really careful down our right flank today, because Gus Hamer is a real threat. I mean, remember that goal he scored against us at St Andrews at the start of the season? I mean, bloody hell, he was in his own half when he hit that ball, wasn't he? And absolutely fantastic goal, a gem. So well done, son, but you ain't going to do it today, I hope. Let's just have a little look at the what's their likely. I pretty much know what their team is, because I've watched Sheffield United quite a lot. Well, I have done in the past, not for any reason like I'm a Sheffield United fan or anything. I was watching Louis Barry's how Louis Barry's getting on there, so I watched him a few times. Yeah, of course, the other threat is Tyrese Campbell and Patrick Bamford up top. So we've got to be really tight up there. Bamford and Campbell, I mean, they don't score a lot of goals, but they're experienced players. They've both got a goal in them. Again, with Neumann, I'm a little bit nervous with him there. I'd much rather have what I said earlier. I'm not having. Listen, Neumann's all right, bloody hell. We've had a lot worse centre halves of him in the past. I wonder if Sanderson was here now, if he'd get a look in. What do you think, guys? And then in the midfield with Sheffield United, we've got Gus Hamer, and on their right hand side we've got Andre Brooks, who's a nice little right-sided midfielder. Sumare and Riedewald in the middle, and then we got the two strikers, Bamford. And this is a good side, it is a good side. And they've gone. Someone put on one of my posts yesterday. Oh, you got it wrong. We're unbeaten in 5. They're not unbeaten in 5. Albion beat them 2-0 last week, so they've lost 1 in the last 6. But that game was last week. Chris Wilder will have them up for it today. He'll have the players in this week, and he'll bollock them for losing last week. But he made a few interesting comments in the week. He said that he will bollock them and tell them, what they need to do, but he doesn't. Not sure if he's got the players that can do it. And it's sort of what I was saying the other day. Someone said to me, you need about the formation. You can have the best formation in the world, but if you haven't got the players, it's not going to work. And we've seen that when our old friend Wayne Rooney did it. 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago, at the start of that season, Wayne Rooney tried to play this possession and passing game, and we didn't have the players to do it. And I'm wondering now if we're much better than we were then, but I'm still just wondering. We need a little bit of edge into that team now. I think we need a striker, definitely. Let's see what happens with. Listen, if Kyogo scores a hat-trick today, we still need a striker. Because I don't think you've got to be brutally honest with these things. I don't think Dux is going to do it. Just don't. I think he's had 2 or 3 good games for us. The rest, he disappears. He will not like mixing it with McGuinness and Tanganga today if he plays, because these are just the sort of centrals he doesn't like. They're big and they're strong and they will bully him. So for me, he doesn't start today. For us, I think keep the ball on the ground. Obviously, we're not a big team anyway, but the important thing for us is the transition and the speed of passing. We can't afford to do this, what we did before when we had Paisley and Water in the side a few weeks ago. I think it was QPR, and the ball was just going left to right, left to right, left to right, because Dore wasn't playing. They had no one who could make a forward pass. We can't have that today. That's why I would love to play Leonard and Dore, but I'd be a little bit scared of matching them up with Riedewald and Sumare in the middle, because I think it's going to be that strong team. They're just physically strong, so it's going to be dead interesting to hear what happens, isn't it? Lee saying you can't believe Newcastle beat Chelsea. You know something, mate? People always say stuff to me about the Premier League. Oh, I can't. So-and-so won last night. Someone said the other night, United and Bournemouth drew 4-4. What did you think of it? I thought, I don't fucking watch the Premier League at all. I don't watch it. I mean, and I'm not just saying. I just do not watch it. It has no interest to me. We're in the Championship. Premier League doesn't interest me in the least. I have a little look at the table now and again. I was amazed. I looked yesterday. Villa in 3rd place. Fucking hell, it must be a shite Championship. Must be a shite Premier League this year. But no, I honestly don't. No, I don't watch it. So I couldn't tell you much about the players. I know a few because they've got some kind of connection with Blues or with players, people I know or agents that I know. But apart from that, I know nothing about it. I know a lot more about the Championship, and because it's where we play. I don't know, a nice little bit of coffee in my Blues cup. I've got everything I've got on today's Blues. Got my Blues mug, Blues top. I've got my little gold here, look. I've got my Blues thong on. Watching Cov and Southampton, neither are all that really. I think that Cov Southampton game, obviously I'm not watching it because I'm talking to you, is one of them where there's actually two fairly good sides that probably cancel each other out. I would guess without watching it, that's just a guess of what it's like. Graham Busby doing great. We need to shoot outside the box too. Can't rely on Dimmy all the time. No, and I think something that's happened there with Stansfield having to cover so much of what Duck should be doing is we've lost Stansfield in that little free roaming role that he takes up sometimes, and Stansfield is just like Dimmy Gray in those sort of terms. He'll bring the ball across the edge of the box and hit it from there and score. He's great on the edge of the box. We don't get enough of it. Paik and Iwatro tried recently. Paik's had a little bit more success this season. He scored 4. And then RB Paul James, agree mate, hope you're good. What score will go in Blues game? I never go scores. I'll be happy with a draw today. I'll be honest, usually I say we're going to win. This is going to be a hard game to win. They got beat last week. If we can score first, get the crowd turned a little bit. But what we have to do is not. If we score first, we have to keep growing into the game. We cannot sit back on it. Exactly what we did against Charlton last week. We scored, and just when we came out in the second half, I don't know why, but they automatically went 10 yards deeper. And you could see it straight away. QPR had so much more of the midfield. We were just, I think it was awful last week. They played well, but we didn't win, and we should have. And I know, like Chris Davis said, yeah, we played well. We did, except for 20 minutes, and that 20 minutes cost us 2 points. So we didn't really play well, did we? I'm not disagreeing with Chris. I love Chris Davis. I've got a photo of him on my bedroom wall. Liard is saying, same mate, they're going to throw everything else. Of course they are, yeah, because they want to win today. And he was saying that, Chris Wilder was saying, that he was saying to them in the dressing room last week against West Brom, we're 5 points away from promotion, from the promotion places. We're 5 points away. Go out there and do it. And they were all like, yeah, boss. And they went out and they got beat 2-0. And then he said, well, you can tell them to do it. But he said, for me, I'd have been right up there for that. He said, but you tell them to do it. They can't do it. I like him as a manager, I do actually. Paul Jones predicted 1-0 to us on the forum and SHA. Great to score, but always back us to win. Yeah, I do, mate. Listen, I secretly think we're going to beat them, but I say it all the time. You use SHA, Paul? What's your handle on SHA, mate? I use Small Eater Lions, not so much recently, but I do quite at times. I've used it for about, God knows, 8, 9, 10 years. I think the midfield will be interesting. I've just got a funny feeling that he's going to play Paik and Doyle, which it could be a lot worse. It could be, and I'm not bloody hell. It could be an awful lot worse. They're two very, very good footballers. But I would just like to see Leonard given another go now. When he played alongside Doyle, I thought he looked really good, and I think Paik could do with a bit of a rest. Play Leonard, put Paik on the right. Here's my team: Allsop, Iwata, Clara, Robinson, Cochrane, Doyle, Leonard, Roberts, Dimmy, Stansfield, Kyogo. That's my team, alright? What's yours? Who are you going to play at the back? I guess most of you are going to stick with the back four that we've already got. But you can only switch off. How people tend to slate Beadle and they slate Kyogo for not scoring. But we have conceded some really bad goals recently through poor defending by centre halves. QPR was the worst, QPR was awful. I don't know what Neumann was doing. He was like asleep. You can't do that in the Championship. And I think the other thing with the German players, there's so many games. Like, you know, they're not used. They play like once every 10 days or something. You know, we're playing 3 games a week. It destroys them. And of course, the players in the Championship are so hard, physically hard. But not just that now. They used to be just physically hard. You could get like a big fat bloke, put number 5 on his back, and him play in the Championship. But you can't do that anymore. I didn't know we were. Is this winger from Celtic? Is that the Chinese guy that we were looking, a Japanese guy that we were looking at in the summer? I didn't know anything about that, to be honest. Great. I did see something about you know, but the sites that mention that are the clickbait sites. I never look at them, but I did see a headline, someone about Birmingham signing another Celtic player. Well, and then I seen someone say, you know, we need another Celtic player. Jesus, well, we got a Watter from Celtic, in case anyone forgot. Richard Lawton, how you doing, Steve? How you doing, Rich? How's the charity stuff going, son? Richard's been helping us a little bit, doing a bit of driving around and stuff. Proper lad. This is when it all comes to the front with us football supporters, when we do stuff for people that, you know, aren't the best. Cobra scored against Southampton. Well, to be honest, if we wanted anyone to win that game, it would probably be Coventry, because I don't care if one team escapes and gets a load of points and runs away with it. If it can't seen as a rest up, and it means we can get up there somewhere, because if we don't start moving in the next 3 or 4 weeks, we can kiss it goodbye this season. I hate to say that, I really do. You had a little bit more ink the other day. For those of you that didn't see it the other day, here it is, look. No, it's not that one, it's that one, hang on. There it is, look. What do you reckon to that? Whee! Nice, isn't it? It's a little bit, you can see it's a little bit red. I just put some more vitamin A and D on it. But it's gorgeous, isn't it? I love that. Tell video, I'm not interested. Yeah, you know, I think you're right, Richard, you know, because the one thing you can be absolutely positive of, and there's a load of stories around at the moment about what Chris Davis is doing or isn't doing. Davis looking to January, Birmingham will spend a fortune. No one fucking knows. They are all digging for stories so that you will click it, and that's it. You know, that's what they're doing. So just remember that every time you click one of those idiots' sites, they're just sitting at home. I could do it myself. I think, you know what? I've seen a Cambridge player who, you know, like no one's ever heard of. He played. Let's have a look at his. Yeah, he scored 6 goals this season. I'm going to put yeah, let's pretend Blues are after him, and let's look his agent's name up. You know what I mean? Fucking anybody can do it, and that's exactly what they're doing. You lot, not you, but talk to me. We wouldn't be doing that. But everybody else in the world clicks, and fucking ding! It's a bit like the Villa fans hitting our cash machine. Ding! You want to do that? Go ahead. It's like some of these YouTubers. The shite they come out with. I've watched a couple. I just sort of have a look at a few of the YouTube channels, because we've got the YouTube channel now. We use it now because of our CIC and that, and we just thought, why not? We might as well be on YouTube as well. I'm not a YouTuber. I ain't got like big headphones and a fucking gigantic mic that looks like it's 300 years old. You know, I'm not into that. I'm into doing what we're doing now, which is just talking about football. But you know, some of it is just shite. They just talk rubbish, and if you listen to them, they have no idea what they're talking about. They start talking about the game, they have no idea about tactics, they don't know anything about the players. Someone was saying that Gray was a left-footed, you know, he was a bit weak, you know, stronger on his left than his right. He fucking isn't. But anyway, Lee saying, I definitely would not sign another player from Celtic. Sorry, no chances. Loads of the twos. Man United want to go out. Manu with a punt. Never know if we don't try. Well, you can't not sign a player because he plays for a specific team, you know. I mean, an awful lot of good players have come from Celtic. you know, Henrik Larsson for one. I mean, the only bad player we signed from Celtic, and you're saying to play him today, Lee, is Kyogo. So I wouldn't be knocking him. And I think Iwata was an absolutely brilliant signing for us. I don't think Mainu would be coming to someone like us. It's not impossible. Blues are good at knocking on the doors of Premier League teams. They are good at that, and Premier League teams like us because they know we're serious. And we have had stuff from Man United before, of course, haven't we? We had Hannibal, and we had Hannibal and the other Care Bear. What's his name? You know. What's his name? You're going to tell me in a minute. Hannibal and Richard, I think, left back, lone centre back, and a mobile centre forward. We need a centre forward. We need a right back. Left back, I think we're all right. We've got Cochrane. We've got